channel Vaudeville Manor. I'm Sally. This channel is dedicated to art-related things, tips and tricks for beginners, and I talk about my art process and things that have helped me along the way. This video is going to be about the Legend Planner. I should say I'm not sponsored by them at all. It's just a tool that I have found particularly useful over the last year. I wanted to share it with you and to explain why I think it's a really good planner to be using. I'm sure there's others out there, but this is the experience I have had. So this is my planner from last year, and this is the new one that I have that has just come in the post. I've just taken off the cellophane wrapper and you can see it's come with binding thing on there, which I will take off obviously. The planner comes with a handy elastic band that will keep the planner shut. It also has a pencil holder. Both planners come with 3 ribbons. However, with my other one I added an extra ribbon simply because there are more sections in the planner than there are ribbons, and it was just useful to have that additional ribbon, so I just tied it to the top here. You'll also notice that there are these tiny little bookmarks, so I just used the stickers that came with the planner so I could easily find certain pages, so like my social media planner or notes that I particularly wanted to access quickly without having to flick through the whole book. When you open your planner, you receive a guide here which explains the different pages and the different sections and examples of how they've been used in the past, which is quite useful to refer to, although I found over the year I haven't really needed to look at it, but it's quite interesting to see how they think you should use it. They've made it so you can customize it in quite a nice way. When we open it, this is the questions that they ask you, so you can think about things that make you happy, things that you would do if money wasn't an issue, your values, what your perfect life would look like, pretty much. You have an opportunity to write down 50 goals for the forthcoming year. I think I managed to tick off about 5 or 6 in my last book. Then you can then sort of group them down into these 5 or 6 categories. I recently looked at a life coaching course, and I think that these categories have come from some of the tools that life coaches use, and really the idea is to make sure that you are getting balance within your life, so it's not all work or all money based, and that you are trying to get a rounded experience over the year and week by week, month by month. And the way the book is planned out, you'll see how that works. So a shiny blank page for me to create a vision board for this year. Whether it will be the same as the last one, I don't know. I think my goals have changed slightly, so this YouTube channel is certainly one of them, and that was actually on my list from last year, so I've actually started that, so I'm quite pleased that that's one of my goals that I've been able to achieve. This I found really useful because once you have your list of 50 dreams or goals, you can then pick your top priority for each section and then to pick your top 3 and put them in. So health and fitness, career, finance, personal development, family, friends, romance and relationships, fun and hobbies, and spiritual. And then you can use them from your list, which I quite liked. It then gives you an opportunity to dive in a little bit deeper. So if there's a particular dream or goal that you have, it may be that you need to learn a skill to do that. And it talks about skills you need, behaviours you want to get rid of. He even thinks about the people that may be having a positive or negative influence in your life, trying to establish a routine that's going to work for you in the morning and evening, because successful people are the people that embed their lives with these routines which, you know, give structure to their life and structure to helping them reach their goals. Gratitude, you know, there's a lot of work done on gratitude these days, and having a gratitude practice can really help you evolve your mindset from, so if you start in maybe a more negative place, simply thinking about gratitude and being grateful for things can change your brain pattern. So I think that's really good. And then affirmations. So if you're not familiar with affirmations are where you use positive statements to help you reach your goals. So affirming what you want to be, basically. So rather than saying I would like this or I would like that, you say I am. So rather than me saying I would like to be a successful artist, I would put I am a successful artist. And then you're really embedding that positive message into your subconscious. This is also really helpful. So once you have your year goals, you then break it down into 3 monthly chunks. So you have an opportunity to have 3 goals, why it's important to you, because it's all very well us having our goals, but sometimes we forget why it's important, and it's the why that is that driving factor. And if we're clear why we want that goal, we're far more likely to achieve it. And you have an opportunity to put a reward down if you actually achieve that goal, and you can dive deeper further and then create a strategy or steps, because I think one of the main reasons people don't achieve their goals is because the goal is too big. And it's been proven that when you break it down into manageable steps, you're more likely to achieve your goals. Once we've passed our 3 monthly goals section, we then get to our monthly overview. So you have space to have an overview for the whole month. You can write additional notes down the side. You can then highlight important goals. I mean, presumably these will be based on your 3 monthly goals, but there might be little extra ones that you want to include. You can add in additional things to support you to reach your goals, but also to make sure that your month is balanced in the 6 sections that I mentioned earlier. I haven't mentioned this, but you'll notice that this is blank, and that's another thing that I love about the planner. It's a blank planner, so you can put in the dates, and if you miss a month, it doesn't matter. You haven't wasted the book. You can just pick up where you left off. I'm actually in August, and I'm going to be starting this in September because I've still got some pages left in my old planner. And I just think that's really convenient, and it leaves it open-ended. At the end of the month, if you want to, you can reflect. And I think, if you haven't quite reached your goal, it is important to review and try and work out maybe why that didn't happen. There's space here, and I really love the fact that it's dots rather than lines. So if you wanted to do some fancy writing and incorporate some of that handmade bullet journaling in, this is the space that you can do that. You can draw tables, you can draw grids, or you can just simply write on it. It's very flexible. And once we get to the middle part of the planner, this is where you have your week by week. And again, you have your habit tracker, a goal and a reward. And I like the fact that they have split it into a work list and a personal list, and there's also space for additional notes if things crop up that week. This planner is so positive because at the end of the week, if you've had a success, you can make a note of it, and obviously if it didn't go quite to plan, then you have an opportunity to put something here. I've got to be honest, I didn't really use these tick boxes much, but some people might find that useful. Finally, at the very end of the book, you have about 20 or so pages of just the dotted paper again. So I found this quite useful for note taking. This has helped me to think about bigger ideas with my planning and my goals. It's also been a great place to put separate lists. So for instance, in my other book, I've got a books to buy list. It's great. You can just put whatever you want in here, and the whole diary is in one space. So you don't need a diary and a notebook. It's all in one convenient space. And as I said, they've really thought about this because at the back here, you have a little pouch, and there are a variety of stickers. I didn't actually use up all of my stickers last time. So I'll just explain to you why I ended up using the Legend Planner and why I think it has been so useful to me. So a couple of years ago I discovered all the beautiful bullet journals, handmade bullet journals should I say, on Pinterest, and went through a bit of a phase trying to recreate that, and I soon realised that actually in order for me to achieve that really high level of bullet journals, it would require quite a lot of time, to draw out all the grids and the calendar parts, and it would actually take more time for me to do that. It would take time away from the art I actually wanted to create. So when I discovered the Legend Planner, I was really pleased because it incorporated a lot of the things that I'd seen in the bullet journals, so the daily tracker for instance, a calendar grid to plan out the month and so on and so forth. What is also nice about the legend planner is it starts with the first few pages are designed to help you set intentions, write out your dreams, write out your plans, and you can even create a vision board. I didn't quite get to finish it, but at the beginning of the book I wanted to sort of push my doll making further, so I spent some time finding pictures that I found quite inspirational. Also other things that I wanted to incorporate back in my life. So as well as my art making, I do a little bit of hoop dancing, and there was sort of style of clothing that I wanted to move towards. I haven't quite achieved that yet, but it's there and it's something that I can return to. It gives you an option to really personalise it and to help you put your visions into place, which obviously you can do with the handmade bullet journals, but for me it just ticked all the boxes and also saved me a lot of time, so I didn't have to draw out my own grids, etc. I should also say that the reason I felt I needed a planner in the first place is because I have a very scatty art brain, and so I really do need to-do lists and to try and sequence things. Otherwise I end up starting at the beginning, going to the end, going back to the beginning, maybe doing a bit in the middle, and I have actually found the way that this is laid out has kind of suited me, and it's enabled me to try and do things in a bit more of a logical order. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found that overview of the legend planner useful. Let me know what you think. What planner do you use, or do you have a legend planner? Have you found it useful? Please drop some comments below this video. I'd love to hear your opinions. I will be coming back very shortly with another more art related video, but if you kind of like this behind the scenes content, then obviously let me know. Until then, happy art making. Bye bye. The planners come with a nice elastic, and I may make similar videos as to what goes behind the art making process. Art tips and tricks for beginners, and behind the scenes process and behind the scenes videos for my own art process, then please subscribe.